welcome back to Bella Crafts. I hope you're well. So today is the first video that is going to kick off our 31 days of gratitude. This is our new challenge that we are running via our Facebook page, Junk Journal Trading Post. I always forget the name of that. So I just want to quickly, before I do my prompt for the day, want to explain to you what the challenge is and how you can join in, and just a couple of other things that you may have some queries or questions about. So basically the challenge is 31 days of gratitude. We've called it 31 days of gratitude because we have decided to run it through the month of October. We've decided to run it through the month of October because I know that kind of traditionally November is the month of Thanksgiving and gratitude and one thing and another, but there are quite a few, been quite a few posts across the different groups on Facebook over the last couple of weeks from various members, and I kind of picked up and noticed that a lot of you guys are not been doing too great and you're kind of struggling. It's been another tough year. We had a tough year last year, we had another tough year this year, and I think that things have started to take a toll a bit, and I just really felt it was important that all of you guys that are watching and crafting along, that you're not on your own, and for us to try and bring something positive into our crafting. So I know some of you are finding it difficult to be inspired and to find things to just make you want to sit and craft. So we thought, okay, what can we do that is really going to be really simple and is not going to add any pressure and might just inspire some of you to want to just sit down and get your craft stuff out and just have a play with it, really. So we came up with 31 days of gratitude. So the plan is every day there'll be a prompt, and every day there will be a different YouTube video sometimes Instagram videos put up as well. And it won't just be myself. You're going to hear from lots of different people. A lot of our design team have collaborating on this as well, and some of our admin team as well from the Facebook group. So I really hope that you guys will get behind them and show them lots of support, because some of them are very, very new. Some of them are really, really new to YouTube as well. So if you could show them your support, that would be wonderful. While obviously they are supporting all of us. So what are the prompts, what is the challenge, and what do you need to do? Okay, so here in front of me here you'll see a list of 31 prompts. These are the words of the day, and these words of the day are going to be open to your own interpretation, but the idea is that you will take the word. So for instance, my word today is planting a seed, or words even. My phrase I have today. Who wrote that? No, but I have a phrase today to use, and you can use it in a journal. You can use it to write. You can use it to do some artwork, some mixed media. You can use it to create some ephemera. Journal isn't just about writing and using a journal. Junk journaling as our kind of art is an art form, and you can express yourself through art and craft. You can express yourself through different forms of being creative, be it going out and taking photographs and perhaps popping them into a journal. So there's all different ways in which you are able to express yourself. Don't feel that you have to sit and just write about these prompts. Not what the idea of this is at all. I know I find sometimes writing can be a little bit daunting if I'm not in the right place to write. So to be able to just create and craft, that can sometimes be a lot easier to get your head into. So obviously the idea of it is to give you inspiration to do one or t'other of these things, and also it is not seasonal. So that is the other thing about it. I know that I'm using my Thanksgiving kit, which is kind of autumny and fall, but that's fine. That's because I'm doing it now. But if you're picking up on these videos much later on, it's not seasonal. We're not doing all about autumn. It's all about the season of Thanksgiving. These prompts are literally even or all seasonal. You can adapt them in any way in which you want to. Okay, so how can you take part? Well, to take part, all you need to do simply is to watch the prompt video for the day, and then you can either do a video of your own, or share a photograph of your artwork or your journal spread or your ephemera, your tag, however you choose to interpret that. Share a picture of it with us on Instagram and on the Facebook page. And when you're sharing your work, can you make sure that you use the hashtag 31 gratitude journal prompts? And then we'll be able to, us and everybody else that is following along, we'll be able to see all of the different artwork that's been done and all of the different journal spreads that have been done, and just give inspiration to each other. The other thing as well is if you are going to put something onto YouTube, so you're going to do, you know, like a journal with me video, can you tag me in that as well? So if you tag at Rachel and Bella Crafts, and then I get a notification then, and that helps me then to know it's there, and I can pop over and have a watch and leave you a comment. And it would just be really good then to see how everybody is interpreting, that's the right word, isn't it? Yes. These inspirational words. So that's the two main things you to remember. Hashtag on your Instagram posts and your YouTube videos, and also then tag us at Rachel and Bella Crafts. So you just literally type at Rachel and Bella Crafts, either in a comment underneath or in your description for your picture or your video. And that way then we'll be able to pick it up and follow along. Okay, so the next query is, do you need to do all of the words? No, you do not. The idea of the prompts is to give you some inspiration. It is not to put you under pressure. We don't want to add to anybody's pressure and stress and jobs. It is just there as an option throughout the month for you to dip in. You know, I probably won't do them all. You know, not every word is going to inspire everybody. You may not have something that you feel you can, you want to craft or write about on, you know, a specific prompt. If you do, that's fantastic. If you want to do them all, that's wonderful. But there is absolutely no pressure at all for you to complete all of these prompts. It is really just something to bring everybody together, to give us all a bit of a mutual project. And it would be great if through this, you know, you kind of make some new contacts and develop some new friendships in our crafting community by following the hashtags and obviously the chats and the conversations that will go on then on the Facebook group. So please don't feel under pressure to complete all of the prompts. And of course, the other question is, do you need to have a journal to take part? No, you don't need to have a journal to take part. You can make yourself a journal. If you do want to make yourself a journal, there are 2 videos that have been put on before this one showing you how I've made my very, very basic gratitude journal with, you know, I did it with the ephemera folio thing in, but you absolutely don't have to do that. So if you haven't had the resources or the time, that's not a problem. Don't feel that it's something you've got to add to your long list. You can sit and use index cards. You can use tags. You could have a set of tags and put them all together on a ball ring. As long as you've got something that helps you keep your work together and so that you can display your work, that's all that you need to do. Even if you wanted to do just on page spreads and then put them together as a journal afterwards, that's entirely up to you. But you don't have to do this in a journal in order to take part. Okay, I think that's everything now with regards to how it's going to work and what we're going to be doing. So I'm just going to clear the decks and get my bits and pieces out, and I'm going to get started because I'm on prompt number 1, which today is planting a seed. So don't forget to follow along, have a look, see if you can find the posts on Instagram and on the Facebook page. You know, leave a like and follow on any of the accounts that are on there that you may want to keep up with the videos that are coming up. We will put a list up then of all the different YouTube channels that will be putting out videos, and we will make sure we put the hashtags in number order so you know which one you're following if you're catching up, because all of the videos are going to be quite short. The reason being then is if you don't get the chance to do it for a couple of days, you know, you could sit there and do a couple at a time without it taking up too much of your time. Okay, I hope you enjoy, and it's really great to have you along with us for this journey. Okay, so my prompt for today, prompt number 1, is planting a seed. Now, I wasn't meant to be working with this prompt until last night, so I had picked a different prompt to start with, and I had a message from one of my design team ladies, Diane, and she gave me a really good point. She said, Rach, do you think that perhaps we ought to start with planting a seed, because obviously we are planting an idea, The idea is going to grow, and you know, hopefully we'll bear some fruit from it. But we are planting, you know, beginning of something, isn't it? So I thought, actually, do you know what, you're absolutely right. So we agreed we're going to swap on what we had. So I had given me then planting the seed. So I think really quickly then this morning, and I was watching a few other videos on YouTube this morning, and was listening to someone doing a previous journal prompt using the word past. It was from last month's journal prompts, and she was talking about her grandmother, and it suddenly came to me, and I thought, I know exactly what I need to do now. So I'm also going to use my grandmother as my journal topic today, should we say. Most of you will know by now who my grandmother is. She's in a lot of my digital kits. I've spoken about her many times in my videos, proving the point that she is actually quite inspirational to me. The reason why I've chosen my grandmother as my subject for planting a seed is because, to me, my grandma, we called her, she was an avid writer. She wrote poetry, she wrote short stories, she wrote diaries, she kept journals. Her father before her, who I actually do have a picture of here, this is my great-grandfather with my dad, he also was a journal writer, and through that she helped me develop a real love of writing when I was a child, and she really encouraged me to write short stories. And I did quite a lot of that when I was younger, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It really helped my creativity when I was a kid, because I couldn't draw, so I was able to express myself then through writing. And I felt that she kind of planted that seed into my mind, and from that grew. And now, now that I'm 40, I feel now that this is kind of where it's led. So I'm going to write all about her today in my journal. I'm going to write a few facts about her. I'm going to write a little bit about her writing. I've got a file here with lots of her scrap pieces in from where she was writing her poems. You know, I've got all of her best typed up poems put away safe, but I do have a file with all her scrappy bits in, and you know, just all the mistakes and everything else. And I was looking through this morning, and she'd actually written a poem called "Why Do I Write?" I'm not going to read it all out to you, but I am going to take some sections of this today and use that in my journal. So I'm going to take some lines out of it, and I think I'm going to put the first and the last verse in, because to me, I just think it really captures the feeling of why we write things down, because we want to remember these things, you know, these things that happen to us in life. We want to have a memory of it, and you know, you can't always take the photo or draw the picture, so you know, get it down. If you can't write it, create it. So that's what I'm going to be working with today. I'm going to go off now and put some pieces together. I've got a little bit of stitching to do, and then I will show you then how I develop my page, and you'll see the finished product. Okay, so desk's a bit of a mess, but that's okay. I've been creative. This is a lot more difficult than I actually thought it was going to be. So I'll just talk you through quickly what I've done so far. So I have got an old book that I acquired. It's a Holly hobby book, and it's all in French. So I've ripped out of there January the 18th, because that was my grandmother's birthday. So I'm going to pop that at the top there. I've also got some of this beautiful applique embroidery fabric. I'm going to pop some of that on there as well. And underneath that, I have put some of this. I've got this amazing washi tape, a map of the world, and I have put this section here because my grandmother was in fact born in India. So I'm gonna leave that under there. I can write a little bit about that as well. And then I've put this section down here because obviously they then came over to Wales, came back to Wales, I should say, where my grandfather was from. This here is a small piece from a letter, not the original, obviously, that was sent to my grandmother back in 1947, and it's from a very best friend of hers, and she's writing to congratulate her on the birth of my dad. So I thought that was quite nice. So there's a picture then of my gran and my dad, and I've used bits of the letter, and I've kind of made a little frame around the edge. Ooh, is that going to focus? No, it's not. Okay, it must be fixed. Bear with. Will that no focus? No. there we go. See, just keep pressing buttons. And I've also then done a bit of a squiggly stitch around that as well, just to kind of hold all that into place. So I'm going to stick that onto the page as well. There's a few bits and pieces that I want to add on right around on the page. And then this side, this is a photograph of me and my granny. Funny enough, I was telling my son about this place last night, because his girlfriend has moved about 5 miles up the road from where this picture was taken, and I was saying to him, oh, I want to go down and have a little look. I remember going there with my grandparents, blah, blah, blah. So again, I just used some of the different papers that I've got here and some embossed paper to make a little frame around that. And on the back then, I have got some old ledger paper, and I'm going to keep that. That'll be loose so that I want to journal on the back of that. So I've used some different washi tapes here to secure this embossed envelope that has created a nice little flap for me. I'm going to add this bit of fabric here because I like it, and it feels very autumnal, and yet it's a little bit, I don't know, just reminds me of my gran. It's cute. And then under here, then I've put a little bit of this lovely fabric, and I've then got some papers. I've got some corrugated handmade paper and a coffee dye section of a doily. So I'm going to pop those there just to give a bit of texture to my page. And then I got some little excerpts then from my gran's poem, Why Do I Write? Question mark. So I'm going to put the first and the last verse up there like that, because I like it. And then on the front of here then, I'm going to add a few other bits as well that I've got here ready, and I've done a bit of stitching on them. So I'm just going to start sticking, and then we'll see where we are at the end. Okay. go. That's my journal prompt done for today. That's number 1, planting a seed. So as I said, I've taken the theme planting a seed. I have talked about my grandmother and her love of writing, and I've included some of her poetry in my journal as well, and her poem is actually called Why Do I Write? And I have used this theme planting a seed to talk about my grandma because I feel like she planted a seed, an idea in my mind a long time ago that I might love to write, and she was right. So there we go. That's the first journal I've actually made and I've written in. So that's that's history for me today. I hope you enjoyed our video. I hope you're going to join us for the series now and the challenge with the 31 days of gratitude. And I hope you enjoy the prompts. Please, please, please share your inspiration with us, and use the hashtags. And don't forget, if you do a video as well, to tag me in it as well so I can check it out and leave you a comment. But thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back with you very soon. Take care now. Bye.